Live from the Buffalo Wild Wings studio, here's Sports Nightly.
I mean, the menu tonight in Toledo area sports was something out of a Michelin star restaurant. Welcome into Sports Nightly. I'm Yaw Bonsu. We'll get to the softball Final Four and baseball regional finals in a little bit, but let's begin on the ice. Game 4 of the Kelly Cup Finals. Walleye trying to avoid going down 3-1 after Trois-Rivières took Game 3 at home. A little over 12 and a half left in the second period. It's 4-on-4. The shot by Anthony Bukaj is saved by Jan Bednar. Bukaj gets it back, finds Jacob Paqueta, who shoots and scores. Trois-Rivières have scored first in each of the past 3 games of this series. Lions lead 1-0. Under 3 minutes left. Tyler Spezia finds Brandon Hawkins, who scores. The reigning league MVP nets his first goal of the series. Game tied at 1. Third period. Vincent Sivieni from deep. Sivieni gives Trois-Rivières the lead. The second goal of the postseason for the defenseman. Lions take a 2-1 lead and tack on an empty netter for the win. The Walleye are now on the brink of elimination. Trois-Rivières takes a 3-1 series lead in the Kelly Cup Finals. Thank you, guys, and what more needs to be said? Usually when you fall down 3-1, it's bad enough, but imagine having to go on the road yet again less than 24 hours after that Game 4. That is the reality for the Walleye. Tomorrow, puck drop is at 3 p.m. in Canada. If the Walleye can somehow pull that one out, the series shifts back to Toledo on Tuesday and Thursday. Both puck drops at 7:15. And of course, all Walleye playoff games, both home and away, are available on BCSN and the BCSN Plus app. 2022, Anthony Wayne softball, 27-0 heading into the regional finals. The Generals played Springfield. It's the bottom of the 8th. Game is tied at 4. Bases loaded for the Blue Devils. Freshman Hannah Schlachter walks it off for the Blue Devils and sends them to the state Final Four. Doesn't it sound familiar? Springfield didn't end up winning the state title or even getting back to Akron until today. That same freshman class who got a feel for Akron's bright lights, they're back as seniors. And it begins with the semifinal matchup against Boardman. Let's run it. Blue Devils and Spartans, top of the second, runner in scoring position. Ellie Weimer goes deep to center field. That ball is going, and it is unable to be caught by Kenya Crowley. Michaela Rivera scores the first run of the game. Spartans up 1-0. Springfield getting its lick back in the bottom of the 3rd. Runner on second for a familiar face. Hannah Schlachter hits a deep ball of her own to left field. Jocelyn Torres can't come up with a grab. The ball bounces out of play for a ground rule double. Crowley scores. We've got a tie game in Akron. Bottom of the 4th. Runner on 3rd. Andrella Espino. A short hit to right. It's a fielder's choice to first. But Chloe Chapetta scores and is hyped. The Blue Devils lead 2-1. But let's keep it in the 4th. 2 runners on base. Cameron Hall finds a gap in center field. Natalie Slavin scores. Blue Devils extend the lead to 2. Hall a team-high 2 hits today. Boardman down to its final out. Callie Chapetta strikes out Tori Strines. Springfield is going to the D3 state championship, a 3-1 win. Hey, Kenya Crowley, I bet you didn't like when your team was down.
We were down 1-0, and I hate being down a game, so I knew that I had to get that hit.
Here we go. D2 state title game. Springfield, Dover, under the lights, prime time for all the glory. And as Hannah Schlachter said, the Blue Devils are looking to finish what they started in 2022. It all comes to a head tomorrow at 8 p.m. on the BCSN Plus app. Meanwhile, the Generals are off to Akron. Anthony Wayne has the entire community cheering it on as it heads to its 3rd state Final Four in 4 years. The Generals looking for their first state title since 2003. The team loaded up and drove out with what looked like the entire White House police force. You have players like senior Molly Connor, junior Megan Sumner, who know what it's like to ride out to the biggest games of the season, but the feeling never gets old.
It feels amazing. We have so much community around us. Even before the send-off has started, we have fans gathering.
Coach Myers told me that the team is ready. Anthony Wayne has practiced on turf to get prepared for the state Final Four, and it plays Mount Vernon. The winner of that game tomorrow will play Riverside or Massillon Perry in the state final, the championship on Sunday at 1:30. Perrysburg is regional champs for the 2nd year in a row, defeating Medina 3-2 out in Canton. Ryan Reddick scored the go-ahead run on a throwing error in the 5th while Preston Ferris was on the mound. And the Yellow Jackets defense prevented the Battling Bees from battling back. Adding in yesterday's drama with the weather, Perrysburg is bursting with pride heading to the Final Four.
feels great. People were thinking it's a one-hit wonder. We're proving ourselves, so we can keep it going. We're gonna keep it going.
What an A block in this show. Perrysburg goes on to the Final Four. Division I taking on Springsboro. The winner will take on either Lakota West or Olentangy on June 15th at 4 p.m. for the state championship. It's a battle of the best, and we can't wait. No rain to keep the Green Bears away today. Division V Regional Finals, Ottawa Hills and Coldwater. Top of the fifth, tied at 1. Gabe Grimm lays down the bunt. Cavaliers can't track it down. Everyone stays safe as Cooper Nidenauer brings in the run to take the lead. Later in the fifth, 2 Green Bears are in a pinch on each corner. Colin Hennessy waves home Chase Miller from third. The throw gets away, and O Hills goes up by 2. That is until the 7th. Coldwater behind by 1 run, but now Braxton Taylor cracks a grounder to Ian Desmore by second. Throw to home not in time. Coldwater knocks it up at 3. 1 out, 2 on now for the Cats. Mason Welsh pops one deep to right field, and it drops. Taylor rounding third to walk it off. Heartbreaking. Coldwater stealing this game 4-3 to final, beating Ottawa Hills and ending the Green Bears season.
It's hard to say anything that they're going to hear. They're sad. They should be sad. We're going to be disappointed. We'll get through that.
I mean, look, if you haven't downloaded the BCSN Plus app, I really don't know what to tell you. All this action going on, regional finals, state final 4 tickets being punched. I mean, you got to tap in. Download it now from the Apple App Store, Google Play Store, Amazon App Store. Search BCSN. I'm not going to tell you why, because you should already know that live local sports are always on the BCSN Plus app. All right. Central Catholic's Victor Singleton is going back-to-back as the D2 long jump state championship winner. The Texas A&M football commit brought home the gold today at the OSHA State Track and Field Meet. Special shout out to Mr. Singleton. Big time. Coming up, Bruce Johnson joining us in studio to break down a crazy week in high school baseball. Come on back, I know you will. What a week in high school baseball. No better person to break it down with than Bruce Johnson. Bruce, thank you so much for taking the time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Let's begin with Division V. Ottawa Hills taking on a juggernaut in Coldwater. Your thoughts on the matchup?
I like Ottawa Hills. Hey, Coldwater's won 9 state titles for a reason. They're very good. But Colin Hennessy will be going to the mound, and I feel real confident about this Ottawa Hills Green Bear team. Hey, Chris Hardman's been there, done it all in 45 years.
Let's go to D4. Napoleon, kind of a surprising exit. In his past 3 games, it scored 33 runs and it ends up getting shut out in the regional semis. But what do you make of the season for the Wildcats?
Eric Sprague is to be complimented like you wouldn't believe. What a great team Napoleon was all season long. They happened to run into a hot Cleveland Benedictine team and they couldn't get it done, but they have nothing to be ashamed of.
And then in D3, a controversial finish to the St. Francis Walker-Panetic game. How do you think this tipped the scales in the final result?
It's deflating, and you know Bobby Edgell told his team, I'm sure, hey, we just got to stay and play baseball. They're not going to change the call. But I'll tell you what, very tough way for them to bow out, and what a great season, some great players at St. Francis.
And then we go to Division II. Anthony Wayne, first team in our area to punch its ticket to the Final Four after an 11-inning thriller. If you think back to a few weeks ago, you've been high on the Generals all season long. They were your bet to make it to the state Final Four. What do you make of this dominant run for the Generals?
I think they can win it all. You know, they played a very talented schedule this year. The state's not too big for them. They want to do something different this year and bring the title home. But I love Ryan Donnelly's comment. I was emotionally and physically spent after the game. Can you imagine that 11 innings?
11-inning thriller. That's a lot in the majors, let alone high school. And then as for Clay in Division II, you've been following Clay's journey throughout this postseason. Underdog is the word to describe the Eagles, but heart is also another word to describe this team.
Absolutely. Jimmy Phillips, you're to be patted on the back and complimented. Your Clay Eagles represented the Oregon community with pride, and they never quit. They were being no-hit, with 1 out in the 7th inning.
Unreal.
They
Unreal.
put 3 hits together to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. They never quit all year.
Division 1, Perrysburg facing Medina, game postponed with the game tied 2-2. The weather got to the matchup, but still, the teams are going to get a chance to punch their ticket to the Final Four.
Everybody thought Perrysburg wasn't the same team that they have been in past years. They just went out and beat a Massillon-Jackson team that hadn't lost anybody. They had 2 losses all year. They hadn't given up a run in the tournament. The stage is not too big for Perrysburg. They are not going to be in awe of anybody.
Which team is your team of the week?
It's the St. Francis Knights. You know, they started out, the record wasn't the greatest, but Bobby Edgell, the way he managed the team this year, they just got better and better each and every week, and I was not surprised to see them make a run as far as they did.
St. Francis, 21 wins this season, wrapping up the year after that regional final loss, but it's its highest win total in 8 years. Who's your player of the week?
Owen Espinoza. Now think about this, 8-0 with an 0.24 ERA for Napoleon. He was dynamic all season long, was the co-NLL Cardinal Player of the Year along with Landon Eversman at Clay. Good decision, coaches. I'll tell you what a career he had out there, and just think about that. 8-0 with an 0.24 ERA.
That doesn't even sound right.
It doesn't sound right.
It's video game numbers.
It is. I had to double check.
Fantastic. Let's go to your top 10. It's kind of more of the same here. Anthony Wayne has been your #1 team really throughout the season, but I'm curious, number 3 and number 4, what puts Perrysburg above St. Francis?
The only reason I made that switch is Perrysburg's still alive and fighting for a state title. That's no disrespect to St. Francis. I have great respect for them. I'll tell you what, all those teams in the top 10 had tremendous season, but 3 of them are still fighting for state titles.
Bruce Johnson joining us in studio. Thank you so much, Bruce.
Thanks, Joe.
Coming up, it's football season for the ladies, putting on a clinic over at Bowling Green. More after the break. Welcome back. Bowling Green hosting its 3rd annual Women's Football Clinic. A multitude of women that have supported BG's football program showed up, ready to learn some ball and play hard. The clinic gave the opportunity for the women to tour the facilities, use and learn what the players go through and prepare for games on a daily basis, from learning plays to going out on the field itself. It was also a time for gratitude for the team to give thanks to those who put them there. It was an evening of football, gratefulness, and fierce Falcon pride. Coming up, a different type of bird is trying to fly high. Mud hens catching fire in Columbus. Call the fire department. We'll see after the break. Mud hens still looking for their first win against Columbus. 4th game of the series with the Clippers. Top of the 2nd, Toledo looking to strike first. Leave it to Andrew Navigado. A, B, see you later. Solo shot into left field. Puts the Hens up 1-0. Top of the 4th now. You know what's better than a solo home run? A 2-run homer. Ryan Kreidler, welcome to the Dinger Party. Get it? Because, like, dinner party. That's a 2nd home run of the season. That blast puts Toledo up 3-0. Mud Hens feasted today. Set the tone with those homers and would pick up their first win over Columbus, winning 8-3. Sports Nightly. We'll be right back. I mean, you already know what the deal is for tomorrow. We have Anthony Wayne in the state Final Four, state championship in D3, and the Kelly Cup final in Game 5. Have a great night.